two other things. So In Darkness, which is the Oscar-nominated Polish movie from Agnieszka Holland, who we have, who made Secret Garden, Europa, and obviously worked on the Three Colours trilogy. This is based on a true story about a sewage maintenance worker in Poland, Sosia, who hid a group of Jews in the sewers during World War II, during Nazi occupation. And it's an interesting story in as much as it has certain references to Schindler's List. The whole most interesting thing about Schindler's List was that idea about whether what Schindler was doing was noble or whether actually what he was doing was self-serving, and out of that self-servingness came a nobility. And this is one of the interesting things about that story. Of course, in the Spielberg film, that ambiguity is blown very much at the end when we see that very moving scene in which Liam Neeson suddenly says, if I'd sold this pendant, I could have saved more. And it becomes apparent at the end that the loose ends are tied up, that actually the underlying motivation is completely noble. This works from a slightly more ambiguous point of view, that at the beginning, the hero figure is spectacularly unheroic, is actually what he's doing. He's doing entirely for money. He's doing entirely to line his own pockets. And during the course of the movie, then something happens. I mean, I'm not giving away any surprises because actually the story is a fairly celebrated story. Very, very impressive atmosphere. The whole film is filmed, the main section of it filmed down in these sewers, which really have all the kind of the oppressive. Remember how much I was freaked out by The Descent? I mean, I had sort of mentioned a horror film, but that idea of being, like a whole world living underground, people watching a sort of society form a normal life in some strange way, actually somehow existing in these most desperate of circumstances. It is a very interesting, ultimately very uplifting, but obviously grim story, and the film does definitely put you in that position of, it's astonishing that anybody could have lived through these circumstances. And there is, what I liked about it was it takes that central idea that for me was at the heart of Schindler's List about, what are the motivations? Can evil be the crucible of good? Can good things come out of what's initially not great motivations? And so I think it raises all those issues, and it does so in a way which is cinematic and gripping. And certainly what's interesting is you spend most of the film really being oppressed by the scenery of the sewers, which were filmed in this kind of labyrinthine, whole world way. Very, very interesting. Also,
just on sort of Devil in